Alright everybody, it's about 7 o'clock. I'm at work. I should clock in now, but I'm going to make a video. And clock in on the quarter hour. 7:15 at the latest. Alright, so I like this. I'm ahead on developmental theory. And that's a good thing for black, because white starts the game with tempo, since they get to develop the first move by pushing the pawn. Or whatever, I'm playing a knight, pushing a pawn. Those are your only two options for the first move. So you've got 8 pawns to choose from and 2 knights. Curious to see what he's going to do here. I have a feeling he might file his rook over that pawn. Oh, he can't give check with the other rook. My bishop does cover that square, so that's good, because I thought he might try to sacrifice his last 2 rooks to take out a pawn in my bishop. I can't stop that other pawn from promoting. He may as well just push it, though. That's probably the best approach. It looks like his knight can't get out of there. It can go back to D1. But even if it comes to B2, it can't come to A4. Yeah, it can't get out of there. It's very interesting. I'm going to take a picture of this. Oh, come on. There we go. I'll share that later on Facebook. That's a very interesting position. With that said, my king has effectively become quite powerful and rather mobile. So I'm going to get it into the action and try to take out his pawn starting at A2, and then the 2 pawns on the C file. There's 2 stacked pawns there. May as well snag that while I can. Excuse me one moment. I've played a lot of games like this. This is a very typical position you see quite often. Black's quite safe. Very secure. White's a little aggressive with its queen. And I am up on developmental tempo as far as castling, though he could castle queenside right now. I would castle kingside, but like I said before, for him to castle kingside, he's got to spend 1 tempo to get the bishop, most likely to D2, and then he could castle. Oh no, that would be E2, wouldn't it? Yeah, my mistake, E2. I gave the wrong algebraic notes. See, they don't have it listed on the board here. I gave the wrong algebraic notation in this game. No, it wasn't this game. This game. Nope, it wasn't this game either. Which game was it? Well, that was the game I just did. Huh, I can't. You know what? He must have made a move in it. Yeah, here it is. Alright, so, Oh, I was giving the right algebraic notation. Okay, so he sees that the king's got to get into the action. Alright, I want to stop that pawn. I can't do that. Alright, I'm gonna have to bring my king here, and I'm really not a big fan of that. Boy, oh boy. You know what? I don't necessarily have to worry about that right now. Boy. You know what? I'm gonna have to take that. Okay. Alright, now if he doesn't push that pawn, or take my pawn, I could capture pawn takes pawn, and he can't capture pawn takes pawn back because my queen has that pawn pinned. And if he captures with the rook, I can take it with my knight, but he's likely to probably take the pawn and deliver a double check. That's probably what I would do. It would be something like this, you know, double check, and I can't even take that pawn back. I'd probably do this. It's very risky because there's the threat of him pinning my queen with his rook. I'm going to do that, even though there is the, now gives him the ability to give check here. But I could simply deflect that either there or maybe here. He really can't do anything but retreat. But yeah, so it's a plan, Stan. That's probably the best idea for him. He'll probably push the pawn. You know, he'll push the pawn. I'll be obliged to take with my knight. He'll take that with his rook, and he effectively has pretty much one game. But I will make it difficult for him, because that's where the fun is. So the idea here is to promote that pawn on the a file. The king can't go after it because of my rook at b4. And if he brings his rook to a2, I can bring my rook to a4. Or I could even just push the pawn to a6, because my rook is on the 6th rank, my other rook. You know, it would look, you know, something like this, you know. bam, simple push. If he tries to, well, I'm going to go after the rook, and then I can give check. That would be a good idea for him. And then I can push again. And then he says, oh, I want to get you. And I can come over here. And then if he just starts hunting, I can do that. And if he does the exchange, he's going to lose, for sure. So I got that pretty much won. Very wise. He avoids yet again a checkmate. So the idea here is, something like this. Give check. Now this is going to be difficult. I might actually want to do something like check. He takes the pawn. I come over and support the file here. That should work. I know I keep coming back and forth, but I'm trying not to cough on camera, if you will, or on mic. Yeah, I have to come back or he can get checkmate. This one is a dance back and forth. Alright, here he should be able to force a draw. Now, it's something as simple as this. Now, I might come up with something. Perhaps with the knight, if he does come here. The only thing is, he doesn't have to move that knight, and as long as that knight is there, I can't get that backwards pawn. So Alright, he didn't do what I thought he was going to do, and I think he may have made a bit of a mistake here. And I say that because he can't give check on the next move. And that was the whole plan I thought he had, to give check and eventually try to fork a pawn and give check. And I was willing to give up those pawns. I decided that last time I looked at the game. So that's not a terrible idea for him. He's gonna probably have to take the rook. If he takes the knight, I'll take his rook. Though, a rook for a knight, I would get a rook and a bishop and you get a knight and a pawn, so that's much better for me. Alright, so he decides to take the queen. I'm going to take with the bishop. He'll probably pin it with his rook. Alright, I could deflect the knight, but I'm just going to let that knight hang out there. Alright, this will be the last game. Alright, catch you guys later.